The starting point for this hike is fairly deep in the Wadi Adonab, and as you saw the camels, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of camel paths all up and around these areas, and some of these you can just start hiking and sort of meander up onto ridges and into valleys and all around. Some of them are just fun to take. The hike for today rides up this ridge right in that gap and then runs along this one into the back area to a, I don't know how to describe it other than a stone-built village or dwellings from some time, and for what purpose I don't know. Some of the paths that you can find here are man-made. They are clearly cut out of the rock in order to get up these sides and up on top of the ridge line. They're easy to see from above, so it's not so easy to know where you're going from below. So you could just kind of see the line just inside the shadow that goes up around there, and there's a little discoloration, and we're gonna try and hit right into in between right that point. You start hiking up the ridge a bit and it becomes quite clear where the paths are, because the man-made paths have a very clear white chalk rock that you can see when you get closer up. So from here, the idea is to simply just start moving kind of in the direction and up, and the path will become evident. Making it through, cresting over the valley. That's a quick 100-meter ascent. Definitely wake up the legs. So from here, you sort of have your choices. It's a gorgeous open view in front of you. You can see all the camel paths just run all around through these plateaus. Off to the left, rides up on that backside. This ridge here, straight line on this ridge, falls back into the river valley, maybe just a kilometer. So this ridge right here is not so long, but riding off and just meandering through here just can be endless fun. Just make sure you're prepared for however long you want to go. To reach these stone dwellings, we'll just head off this way, up on this ridge, and then up another ridge, and go across there and up on top of those. So this is a killer straight up in the beginning, with some nice rests and some flat zones, and then another ride up. So that's the direction we're gonna go. But if you take this path, you're free to choose anywhere you want to go, down into these valleys and all through there. It's a spectacular place to be. I'll just take a moment for sort of a sense of perspective. You can see down in there, or sort of there's the car, and you can sort of see the sketches of the path you take to get up, drop right into that part of the crest of the hill, and then up and over, follow the path down, and then back up. Paths are beautifully clear. It's quite wonderful. While we're on this side of the river valley, I'd like to point out a little preview of another hike, and it's the Wadi Adonab back ridge line. And you can see from above, again, quite clearly, the path that zigzags up that side, that slope, and it is another man-made. You can see how it's carved out. The scars are dug it out. And then the path that runs up the ridge line, up to that flat plateau area, cuts all the way across. And then far back there, the path goes up to the top of that ridge line and then right across. And from the summit of that area, you look out over the entire open canyon system. And from the point up on here, you can see out completely across the canyon system to that way. It's a magnificent, magnificent view. Kind of a lower intermediate hike. It's not too bad. Obviously, it's got the huge inclines, but not too difficult in the end. The last check-in was down the flats right there, and looking up, yeah, you see like one crest. Well, from that flat, it's been another 190 meter ascent in 1.4 kilometers. It is wicked. And unfortunately, you crest the first part and then you see another incline. And then you get right over this front part and you think that's the end. And there's another. It is murder. Yeah, keep it slow and steady. This ascent feels like it goes on forever. And in physical terms, yeah, it pretty much feels that it is forever. But once up there, it is smooth sailing. The path falls apart back there in that last hill. So now it's just a matter of just sort of aiming up and just keep moving. You find the road, you should feel happy because that pretty much is the signal you're just about at the end. There are 4 false crests on that last major push up the mountain. So congratulations if you keep the motivation to keep pushing. So getting to the road is wonderful. It's a great sign. From here, this is super easy. Follow the road and it will hit intersect another road. And from there, you take a right-hand turn and follow the road. And that road will take you right to the stone-built dwelling village thing. That is the ocean right past the mountains right there. On the left side, on that ridge, there are some old stone dwellings also. Here's the road. At the crossroads, you got your choice. Head left, and you could head for the dwellings up on there. Head right, follow the road up and over and behind that ridge, and then get to look over that side of the valley. Now you can see the road winding around. If you are not inclined to do the hike, but interested in seeing the dwellings, this road going back that way, I believe, and then over the ridges and through there, connects to the main highway that you get off to enter the Wadi. So you could drive the whole thing if you just wanted to come out and just explore the dwellings and not go through the hike. And there's the first stone structure along the road. And it just wraps around. Now, just around that first stone structure, give you a gauge of where you're at. 5 kilometers and about 570 meter ascent. And from this point, well, just do as you want. The road continues on, and you can see on the top there another stone structure. And then just over that hill are stone structures, stone structures, stone structures. This whole area just past this crest is the village. There's a couple roads that lead out. There's some outlying areas and more stone structures.